Cottage, wobbly as ever, pretty good at this video recording stuff. Don't know what Alan's doing around here, putting something in the car I think. The garden. The cottage. Some of the bits and bobs. Right, we're going to go in. Now the kitchen. A lorry's just gone by. It's one lorry of the week anyway. You can see that the sink is actually in the wall with a little eye of the beef window. Sadly the electrics are still very much on show. One day they'll be encased in a cupboard. And I just put a little shelf up here. Hasn't got much on it at the moment. Cupboard, cooker. Lots of things hanging up there. These pots apparently used to be used for grease and pâté making. The shallots up there, a gift from Michelle and Alice. Everything is here that you need to cook and create, if you feel like that. The cooker actually came from England, of course. Haven't been so good at buying French things yet. We bought the French fridge that actually has a French plug on it, freezer section at the top. There's another cupboard around here. So in fact the kitchen is a... oops, there's the cloth I'm taking back to England. The kitchen is a sort of horseshoe shape, culminating with the kitchen sink. Has a dish waiting in there to be washed by the look of it. Okay. We're now in the main part of the house. If you can imagine then the kitchen is over here. And this is the main room. The door to the bathroom. Seem to have got David's towel hanging up there as decoration around the fire. Settee from Worcester. Another settee from Julia Gopsovich. There you are, Julie. It is here. Underneath the covers. It's a funny angle. It's something to do with the way I'm holding the camera. Through there's the boys' bedroom. I can actually see David on his bed there, looking very relaxed, ready for the photograph. Photo opportunity, I think we call that, Dave. There's the dining table there, and chairs, which in fact is shoved in the corner a bit at the moment because this table and its benches really ought to be outside, out there on the patio. But at the moment it's indoors because we're going shortly. In the corner here, difficult to see, it's got bags on it, again, is the bed that we use, Alan and I, when we're down here. It's in that section of the house, so the kitchen is there, there's a half wall, and the bed is over there. There's actually some steps at the moment. One day it'll be a proper staircase. There's a glass cupboard there and the drinks, of course. But that steps there will one day provide an access up into the loft. If I now walk through into the boys' bedroom, I don't know what I'm going to find in here, apart from Dave lying there and Richard lounging there. He's leaning against a mattress which we've just put there for the time being. It will eventually go to the bed that's up in the loft. But this bedroom, Oh, there's a vacuum cleaner in the vacuum cleaner box. There's even mouse poison in a box down there. But there you are, it goes out to the garden where the daffodils grow. Don't know if I can see any daffodils at the moment. Yeah, there's some daffodils. Very pretty they look too. Meanwhile, back in the room, back to the vacuum cleaner, back to David's feet. The rag rug, screwed up under Richard's feet of course. The room. I'm going to try and back out and probably fall over something or other. That's where the telephone is. Whoops. The flying duck's over. The map in case people get lost. The bathroom is very much, I'm afraid, still in use, so I haven't sort of cleaned anything up in here particularly, but we have a shower. It's a very good shower. Bidet and toilet, wash and basin. And if I swing around without making people feel too sick, there's a bath. Table. There's a wonderful shelf over here, which if I can back off without, again, falling over backwards, you can then see in relation to the kitchen, which is through there, and hanging shelf. And of course underneath here, there's the ironing board, and there's the washing machine, care of Mary in Worcester. And that view is to the front of the house, and there's Alan busily sort of sorting out the rubbish bags. The shelf over here is actually a nice piece of, well, we thought it was oak, but it's possibly chestnut. And of course up here, as in the bedroom, it's a rather lovely ceiling, made for us by Michelle. Lambry. Whoops, from the back of the cottage now. The garden can be seen. The rose arch, which doesn't go anywhere at the moment. One day it will. The little patches of colour from the garden. Over there is actually a strawberry patch. I was given some strawberries. I'll push some potatoes in there too, so whoever comes down here next may have some potatoes. There's the barn, the grange. The orchard, where the lads have done a pretty phenomenal job stripping off the ivy from an old cherry tree there. The swimming pool, looking rather sad and covered. But perhaps the biggest joy this week has been the daffodils. People have stopped and talked about the daffodils. They're past the best slightly now, but they have been a joy. We have started to cover the ground with écorce de pin, écorce de pin, perhaps how you say it, I don't know. But 4 bags worth went on that little patch there, and I wanted to do the whole patch, which we decided we probably would need another 10 bags of these pine chippings. Alan has started the trellis, one day to become a living screen. It will in fact walk its way all the way around this garden here, ending by the daffodil. But we say goodbye to our little house again. It seems funny leaving it behind. I'll take you up into the loft just so that you can see the work that Alan's done up there.
Okay, this is upstairs, and this is what I did. It's very difficult to see, but I've actually covered the beams, in between the beams rather, with black plastic and tidied the whole lot up. It now looks a lot better, a lot cleaner. The whole system looks better, and hopefully we can now use this as a basis to fill in the beams. The wall, that's the wall that Alan, ow, that's just me hitting my head on the beam. The whole thing that Alan plastered. I'm actually finding it very difficult to video this because I don't know what, if anything, is being seen. There you go, it looks a lot cleaner, a lot neater. And hopefully it will be clean enough to sort out and put the plasterboard up if we've got the money during the summer.